think maybe applied for transfer of credits, okay, you do your application for TOC and maybe you need to take the validation exam. The common examples that I have right now are those come from the professional certification program. And then they come in as students of the Diploma in Language and Literacy Education, DLLE. So galing silang PTC, they have already completed some courses in the PTC program, and then they wanted it to be credited in their DLLE. There are some courses in the old PTC courses na pwedeng credit dun sa DLLE nila. However, there is a maximum of 9 units that can be credited in your program. That means you cannot credit all 18 units of the PTC into your DL. Okay. Plus, your courses must not be older than 5 years. So, you can apply for transfer of credits for these courses provided you'll not exceed 9 units. Number 2, they are younger than 5 years old. Number 3, they have to be equivalent courses to your existing, to the courses in your program. So what you can do is to seek advice from your program chair, and then the program chair will give you an idea whether the course can be applied or not. And then you'll have to file for an application, and then it will be subjected to evaluation upon recommendation of your program chair. And then I will notify you of the result of the application. Whether you'll take a validation exam or not, I will also include that in the notice that I'll send you. Okay. Is there any question? See, hindi pa nga yan detalye, medyo bored. Yes, ma'am. Now, after this, if you want, ano pong program niyo muna, ma'am? Okay. You can consult with the program chair later po. Pero, ma'am, kailangan yung transcript niyo kasi for the initial advice. Did you say, you have submitted that TOR with the LC? Okay. Na-fill upan po? You submit it to the learning center. Apo. You can submit it as early as now if you already made a conversation with your program chair po. Apo. Pwede na pong mag-submit yun, ma'am. Are there any other questions? Okay na po. Okay. So these are the application for TOC is normally done within 1 month of your first enrollment or your first term of admission. After nun, medyo parang dapat ginawa mo na yan on your first term. Parang ganun. Okay? After the application for TOC, estudyante ka na talaga. Di ba? Naka-1 buwan ka na or 2 buwan sa university. Then, drop ka pala. Take note, we don't encourage dropping. Bakit? Ano kaya yung reason bakit hindi kami nag-encourage ng dropping? Kasi, number 1, your load is 6 units. Minimum, maximum of 6, ilan na lang po yung matitira sa inyo. Tsaka gaano po katagal bago kayo matatapos. Right? As much as we want to accommodate your application for dropping, there has to be a deep confidence will drop or not. Baka kaya pang push mo lang, konti lang yan. Di ba? So, what does dropping a course means? Oh, when you want to drop, anong mangyayari sa course nyo? Well, it's not as if we will lose something. It's you lost, you paid for the course, and then you suddenly stop. sayang yung 3,000 pesos for every 3 unit tuition. Sayang yun. Well, sa amin, kumita na kami. Hindi pala kumita. Hindi yun kita ha, as in profit. You paid the tuition fee. So, sayang yun. Number 2, kailan ulit mapapa-offer yung course na dinrap mo? As you know, our courses in UPOU are offered on a regular basis, although there is a schedule for every course. So if you drop the course now, when is the next offering? What if there are prerequisites for that course? Will that mean I will have to stop for another semester? That means you lose not just 1 semester, but 2 semesters already. Time is gold. So when you try to enroll a course, you decide to finish the course. Sayang kasi yung oras, sayang yung opportunity. Tama ba? Okay. So you will not get any credit for a course that is dropped because you'll get a grade of DRP. Okay, what are the students' reasons for dropping a course? Why do students drop a course? Kayo, feeling nyo, kailan yung time na magda-drop na kayo? May nag-drop na ba dito? O syempre, wala nang aamin. Uy, realidad po ang dropping. Pag oras ng dropping, ganito kakapal ang application namin lagi. Yeah. Why do students drop a course? Number 1, extra workload that comes in the middle of the semester, that they cannot prioritize their studies anymore. So they have to drop a course. Well, it is understandable because our priorities, number 1, family. Number 2, work, studies, third priority. But, you know, baka kaya pang ituloy, di ba? Maybe you can find a way to survive the semester with that course. The other reasons are, of course, illness. If that is the case, you really have to maybe drop the course, especially if the illness is serious. Okay? Baka naman headache lang po. Okay? The other reasons that I read, I think I missed 3 assignments already. I don't think course. Yun yung mga common. In that case, actually sometimes to students under my program, can you really not catch up? Have you asked your FIC about it? Is there no way that you can survive the course? Mga ganon, bago ko sila i-allow mag-drop. Pero minsan hindi ko na din nagagawa. Pero pag may opportunity, I try to do that. And then why do students need to file for dropping a course? When you decide that you will really drop the course, given all the possible effects of dropping a course, you still decide to drop a course, you have to file an application for dropping. Why do you have to file application? Yes, ma'am? The chances that they will give you a failing grade. The FIC can give you a failing grade. That's true. So if you just go out of the room of the classroom without telling your FIC, the FIC is a grade of 5. During grading, the FIC does not know that you actually dropped out. Akala lang niya hindi mo lang talaga siya sinasagot or hindi mo sinasubmit yung assignment, then 0-0 na yon, syempre, di ba? Pag kinalculate yung grade, dahil 0-0 yun, 5 talaga yun. Well, it's just a matter of telling your FIC that you are dropping. And that application is a form of telling your FIC. When you do that form, application form, there is an application form for dropping which you can find at the website. We will inform, upon approval, we will inform your FIC that you officially dropped the course. Then the FIC will already know that you will be given a grade of DRP and not 5. So we inform that you are dropping a course. Maliwanag ba yun? May nag-drop na ba dito ng unofficial? Siyempre, wala ding aamin, di ba? Okay. Now, how to drop a course? And then, is there a deadline for dropping a course? Yes, there is a deadline for dropping a course. That's 3/4 semester or 1 month before the term. That's a general rule. But in the calendar, you have in there. For this semester, that's hindi ko makita. Okay? Okay. April 18. Okay, that's April 18. You don't need to mark the dropping if you don't have an intention to drop, okay? As you see, ina-encourage mag-drop. Pero baka lang, it's April 18. And then there is a form that you can find it. Fill out the form, submit to your learning center, and then the learning center will forward the form to us. Okay, a similar process is leave of absence. So what is LOA? And when is filing for an LOA necessary? Ano yung pinagkaiba ng dropping sa LOA? Pag LOA, isang term kang hindi papasok. If you decide you cannot enroll for this particular line for leave of absence, again, there is a form that you can use for that. And then you will be marked on leave of absence for that particular term. That's an official leave of absence. Now, in the middle of the term, you can still file for LOA if you have enrolled some courses. Yes, you can still file leave of absence. In that case, all your courses will be dropped. All these enrolled courses, you will earn a grade of DRP with a remark, granted official leave of absence or official. So lahat ng courses mo, hindi pwedeng mag-LOA ka tapos papasok ka pa din. Okay? So you'll be dropped from all your courses. What are the reasons why students file for LOA? Similar to the reasons for dropping, except that for some students, at the start of the semester, they already filed for LOA instead of enrolling. So dun pa lang, alam na nila na hindi sila mag-enroll. Okay, so there is also a deadline for filing the LOA, which is the same as the filing for dropping. Okay. So, parang, ma'am, bakit wala na lang, ay, sir, sige po. Sure. Rule, yes. Does the leave count? Okay, yes. There is a maximum residency rule or MRR program in UPOU. That's 2 times the number of years required for you. For example, diploma in SSE. 2 years yung program na yun, di ba? So 2 times 2, 4. You're allowed to finish the program within 4 years. Take note that the leave of absence is counted towards the MRR. Yes, counted po. Masters are required to finish the program in 7 years. PhD, how long? 10 years. Okay? Then, yung master 7, tapos, alam naman 7 din yung PhD. 10 years sila to finish the program. Inclusive of leaves. Whether absence without leave or leave of official leave of absence. Are there? Yes po. Yes, counted din po doon yung residency. As long as you are finishing your dissertation, up to 10 years, ma'am. Sige po, ma'am.
I think in the next slide, we will discuss residency. Residency is under certain conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not enrolled because you are on leave, that's fine. But if you are on residency, but you actually have courses that you could have enrolled there, that is not valid
Reason for
residency. Explain mamaya ni Assistant Professor Reyes na residency is done only, for example, if you're already doing your thesis. So you enroll the thesis only once, or the dissertation, you enroll it only once. Hindi naman din natatapos ng isang semestre. So the next sem, you need to enroll for residency. Otherwise, absent without leave ka, enroll ka. Okay, so that is only when residency counts. But residency is included in the 10-year limit for PhD. And then for the 7-year, it's included in the 7-year limit for the MA. The diploma is 4 years, right? Maximum residency. Meaning, so do you see already parang where yung pag-use ng residency? You are in residence if you are registered. Okay? Now, there are some registrations where you are registered because you are enrolled in courses, but there are some registrations where you're registered and completed all courses, but since you have been graduated, then your registration is, but you are in residence the whole time you are in the program, except if you are on leave of absence, which is authorized. But even the leave is counted within the maximum residency. Okay, the other point I wanted to make is, do not back on the maximum. Kasi kung ikaw ay estudyante, umaabot ka na doon sa malapit na maximum, hindi ka po matatapos ng 5. Umalis na lang kayo. Kasi, kahit, di ba, umaabot ka na, I think what I want to say is, the maximum residency is times 2 the normal period for completing. Times 2 na yun. Dapat, matapos mo yung MA mo, in 2 to
3 years.
No, not 2 years.
3
to 4 years. Okay? Dapat matapos mo siya in 3 to 4 years. Kung ikaw ay makapunta ng 7, okay, you allow kasi na maximum, pero mahirap na talaga yun. Ibig sabihin nun, ang dami mong periods na hindi ka nag-aaral, so you're kind of slower. You won't. So the thing is, if you actually enter the program, you should enter with the correct motivation and decision, which is that you will finish this within the normal time. Kung hindi, huwag ka magsimula. Kasi hindi ka matatapos. So that you should go at it at a steady pace, no? So that this is related to the point about we try not to encourage grabbing. Kasi ako na mas naman talaga ang learning nyo dun sa full-time student. Tapos pangalawa, system management, kasi ito, ako sa buhay natin, kung talagang gusto mong gawin, tinagawa ng oras. Hindi ba? Nagkasakit ang anak mo, o hindi, you love your work, kasi nagkasakit siya eh. Diba? Pero lang yun, you always create time. Time is not an independent entity. It is something you control.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, residency. Only for a student who already completed all his courses or has no course to enroll during the term and are. Number 1, completing thesis or special problem. Take note, completing, that means you already enrolled once, the thesis or the dissertation course, and then you just need to finish it. You have to apply for residency. Taking a comprehensive exam. So sometimes you don't have courses for that term. You have to take the comprehensive exam before you proceed to the thesis or to the dissertation or to the special problem. You have to apply for residency because you are not going to enroll any course, diba? The requirement for comprehensive exam, you have to finish all courses, take the comprehensive exam. If you pass, proceed. If not, don't proceed. Okay? Anyway, so you have to enroll for residency. Then, if you are taking for a grade of 4, and then or completing an EXT, or if you are awaiting graduation. That last item, awaiting graduation, for example, there is a rule in UPOU: no application, no graduation. You forgot you are graduating this term. You absolutely forgot about it. Then you apply for next term. Next term's graduation. You don't have any course to enroll anymore. You have to apply for residency. Because the requirement for graduation, aside from the application, is that you have to be a resident during the term of graduation, whether by enrollment or by residency. Okay? And then for enrollment in residency, you can do this online. Instead of enrolling a subject, you enroll for residency, or you can submit a form to your learning center in case you were not able to do the online enrollment. Okay. Now, okay. The requirement for residency or enrollment is needed for the removal of 4. So 4 is actually a conditional grade. It's a conditional passing or a conditional failing. And you have to take and pass an exam to be able to remove the 4 and make it a 3. You have 1 year to do that upon incurring the 4. So you have, upon enrollment, you can do your online application for removal exam. There is also a deadline, and it is indicated in the calendar. And you must be enrolled during a term. If not enrolled in a course, again, you have to be in residency. So there is a similar process for that, and that is the completion of EXT. Siguro naman, mas konti lang yata sa masters ang naka-4. Mas madami ang nakakakuha ng EXT mark. EXT stands for extended mark, and it can be completed by submitting the lacking requirement and or taking and passing an exam. Take note that if it is an exam, it has to be a scheduled completion exam, which normally occurs at the same time with the removal exam. May mga nagtatanong sa akin ngayon, as early as now, ma'am, ano po kaya yung EXT ko? Bakit po kaya ako EXT? Ano ba yung kailangan kong gawin? Parang hindi ko siya gustong sagutin. Bakit? Kasi when an FIC gives you an EXT mark, it cannot be submitted without a remark. So the FIC has to indicate what the lacking requirements are. So when you see your grade in the portal, it has a remark that indicates what you need to, what are the things that you need to satisfy. For example, yung exam ba yan? Kulang ka ba ng final exam? Kulang ka ba ng assignment 1? Nandun yun sa remarks. So you only need to check the portal to determine what the lacking requirements are. So the application for EXT, a completion of EXT is the same as the application for removal exam, and the requirement of residency is also the same. Okay, nasa na tayo? Comprehensive exam. So ito yung mga removals, LOA, nandun kayo sa medyo gitnang part ng inyong program. Comprehensive exam, you will only deal with the comprehensive exam if you are looking forward to graduation. Tama ba? So if you have completed all your courses, all core and elective courses, all core, major, elective, are already completed satisfactorily. Take note that per program, there is a requirement of GWA. Before you can proceed with the comprehensive exam, and that will be discussed in the program orientation. With the approval of the program chair, the student must fill out the form for application for comprehensive exam. This particular form we actually send out to the students. It is also available at the Learning Center. And then students will receive a notice of comprehensive exam schedule, which you have to follow. So normally, for PhD, gaano po katagal ang comprehensive exam? May nagdi-dissertation na dito eh, nakalampas na ng compre yun. Tama po ba? Gaano po katagal? 1 week? Mga 1 week yata po sila nagko-comprehensive exam. Masters, ganun din. Depende po yun sa schedule. Okay? So parang... Okay. And then, this is the maximum residency. As we discussed earlier, there is a maximum residency. For diploma, that's 4 years, master's 7 years, and PhD 10 years. Now, take note that when you do, when you are on AWOL, magkasama kasi yung application for re-add tsaka waiver most of the time. Pero hindi naman necessarily magkasama sila lagi. Okay. Failed to file an LOA, the student will be on absence without leave status. And then if he or she decides to enroll the following term, hindi niya pwedeng gawin yun. Kasi nga absence without leave yung status niya. The student has to file for readmission, apply for readmission to the program. That's why the application for readmission comes before the registration date. Pag hindi ka nag-enroll, tapos hindi ka nag-apply ng residency, hindi ka rin nag-apply ng LOA, AWOL ang status mo nun. Magre-re-add ka ngayon para maka-enroll ka sa susunod na term. And you have your admission, your application for readmission must be approved before the registration date. Kasi once the portal is open for registration, you cannot access the portal because your account is deactivated. So you have to do your readmission weeks before the registration date. Okay, in that case, some of the students who apply for readmission are actually beyond the maximum residency. So they apply for waiver of the MRR. But that application is actually subject to approval of the program chair and the dean. So pwedeng ma-approve, pwede din pong hindi ma-approve. So the application must be meritorious for it to be approved. Kaya nga wag nating sagarin yung MRR. Kasi baka hindi ka matapos sa program mo pagka ganun. In that case, you can seek for advice from your program chair, and then the student submits the completed readmission form and letter requesting waiver of MRR if needed. And then it will be processed. You will be notified if the application is approved. Okay, patapos na tayo, graduation na po. Kala mo ganun lang kadali, di ba? Na, huy, graduation na. No application, no graduation po tayo. So if you are thinking that you are graduating this term, you can lodge your application as will be considered candidates for graduation. You will apply using the prescribed form. Also check the deadline. Why is there a deadline for application for graduation? We have to know that you are graduating. Kasi hindi naman namin yan malalaman basta-basta. Kaya mag-a-apply kayo. And then we have to check all your records if you have satisfied the requirements. Requirements of courses, exams, residency requirement, among others. Yan. Ngayon, kung wala naman kayong balak tapusin yung program, hindi naman basta-basta nawawala lang kayo, di ba? You can actually inform us that you are withdrawing from the program. Just like the admission process, you apply for admission, there is a process for admission, there must also be a process of exiting from the program. So it's either graduation or withdrawal from the program. Madali lang yun, just need to write a letter addressed to the dean. Are there any questions in the processes? Meron ba kayong naiisip na hindi natin napag-usapan? May question? Yes po, sir? Overload. Yung overload, actually the the normal academic load, regular academic load is minimum of 3 units, maximum of 6. So, sige ma'am.
Yes, you can request to be allowed to take an overload, but it is subject to, the request should be discussed with the program chair. No? And then in our discussion with you as program chairs, we will, well, first of all, we will say, why do you want to take overload? You have to have a compelling reason. Okay? Not enough to persuade the program chair. Pangalawa, even if kayo dalawa nag-agree na compelling yun, eh kung wala namang offer na courses, na pwede mong inagdag dun sa 6, hindi wala. So, kasi hindi kami maglalagay sa offerings. Remember, the course offerings are programmed according to our understanding of the general profile. No? That's also the gift next play na kanina na yun ang pinapagagdagan ka. Kasi hindi wala ka namang assure, wala kang mag-grab. Kasi sabi ko, diba, kailangan mo mag-grab. Kaya lang, wala kang assure mo for every cent. It's not how we do things. Diba, we will not explain to the people that you're wasting the money to the details. Kasi, of course, has to have a certain number of employees. Remember, pinabayaan na may receipt regardless of ilan ng estudyante. Kaya isa sa mga, no? So, we have to minimum class size. So, we have to meet the minimum class size. And when we schedule our offerings, it is keeping in mind the curriculum we're supposed to follow as students. And so we consider all of the batches who are now in the program. So we program offerings for each batch. So usually there should be at least 6 units offered. One batch. invest money